Okay, so did everybody get the email I sent with like the October game plan thing?
Yeah, I got mine written out right here.
Okay, cool. And yeah, you don't have to print it. It was just like an idea, like to follow along and kind of make your own plan for the month. So I woke up this morning and I don't even know why. I woke up this morning and I was like so freaking fired up and excited about this month. I don't know what it is, but I'm super excited. So did this game plan yesterday to have it ready, but I know a lot of you have big goals too. I am really pushing to go triple this month, or at least maintain double as a strong double diamond. That's my minimum goal. My big goal is to go triple this month. And I have a whole bunch of you guys in our new group, Go Ruby. I think most of the people on this Zoom are in that group. And I said it was going to only be 10 people, but whatever. I can't really stop myself. I keep adding people. And that's okay because we want as many people as possible to go Ruby because this company is built on rubies, right? But we can't just say, I want to go Ruby, and I can't just say, I want to go triple. It takes personal accountability and small goals to get yourself to that big goal, right? And we talk about that all the time, but that's why I made these game plan things. So at the top, I wrote like a little blank that says, I am blank October 2017, and that's for you guys to fill in, okay? Like for me, I would say I am triple diamond October 2017. Whatever rank you want to be at, okay, that's what's going there. And I want you guys to write that because it becomes more real when you do that. Okay, like what do they say? A dream is, or I don't even remember. It's just a plan until you write it down and then it's happening. I don't remember what it was, but regardless, something like that. So write it down. And when I say write it down, I don't mean just in this little line. Put it in places you can see it all the time, right? Put it on your refrigerator, put it on your bathroom mirror, in your car, on the dash. And you want to see those goals all the time because you want to believe it. And until you believe in yourself, it's not going to happen. Okay? If your confidence level is low, it's not going to happen. And that's why personal development is so important, to build that confidence in yourself. And then below that, I need blank LC and blank DT. So how many, in order to meet that goal of whatever rank you filled in above, how many loyal customers will you personally have to sign, and how many distributors will you personally have to sign? And neither one of those numbers should be zero, okay? I don't care if you already have all 5 distributors that you need to go Ruby. It doesn't matter. You still need more. New blood is the key to everything in this organization. And they really stressed that when we were in Nashville last week, that new blood is always the answer. Okay, you always want to be bringing in new distributors. I was guilty of this after the $9.99 deal. I was like, holy cow, how could I possibly handle any more new distributors? There's no way. I'm not going to focus on that. I'm just going to focus on loyal customers. But we can't do that, right? And you can't feel overwhelmed with all these new people because corporate has set up this amazing training academy in eSuite. We don't even have to really do anything anymore. And I know it feels like it when we have all these new people. It feels like there's so much to do, but all we really need to do is push them towards that training academy in eSuite. It's so good. And if you guys have not gone through it yourself, if you were already enrolled before they released that and you haven't done it, it's so good, guys. I went through as a double diamond and did all of the newbie training. It's so good, and it doesn't take long, and you can break it up into however, little segments you want to. And the other thing is I created this group called the Ruby Runway, and that group is for any distributor who has not yet signed their first 4 loyal customers. So it doesn't matter how long they've been in the business. If they have not signed their first 4 loyal customers, personally enrolled, not transferred to them, then they need to be in this group, because what it's going to do is get back to basics. And it's like a 3-day plan to sign your first 4 loyal customers. So all of you need to be in that group so that you can add your team members. Any new distributor coming in, they will go to that group first. It's like a landing page, okay? They will go to that group until they sign their first 4, and then they will graduate up to the big team pages. And that's exciting for them, and it's something to look forward to and motivate them a little bit more to get those 4 customers quickly. That group is nothing you have to follow, nothing you have to keep up with. I disabled commenting and posting. So what's there is there. It's nothing you have to follow. It's just there to help your new distributors get off on the right foot, okay? So if you have distributors that have not yet signed their first 4 loyal customers, please add them to that group. And in a perfect world, remove them from the team pages. You want to remove them from the team pages until they have signed those first 4 customers, and tell them this is not a punishment, this is not negative by any means, it's just a way for us to focus your efforts back where they need to be focused right now until you reach that next step and you can graduate on to the big team pages and get more training where you need it then, okay? That group is called the Ruby Runway, and I called it that because I don't know if you guys remember the video I did about the airplane and how they said a pilot knows you have to go full throttle to get off the runway, right? You can't go 30% or 60%. You got to go 100% to get off the runway. So I call it the Ruby Runway because I want people to think of it as a way to launch their business off the ground. Okay, so that's why it kind of has that weird name. But make sure you're added to it, and make sure you're putting your newbies in that group. As far as sneak peeks are concerned, you can still add them for a sneak peek, but keep in mind it's 48 hours. So even if they join, remove them from the team page, place them in the Ruby Runway until they sign those 4 customers. So anyway, back to that. How many loyal customers and how many distributors do you need? So if you already have all 5 distributors to fill your boxes, that's wonderful. But how many of them are actually working, right? Some of you have 5 distributors and none of them are working, right? I'm going to say that's the case for most of you, actually, but that's okay. So write down that you still need 5 distributors in that box, okay? Because it's not going to hurt anything to be constantly enrolling new distributors. Even if you already have them, you should not take your focus off of that goal. Now, another thing is if you are just going for Ruby, you can fill all of that volume yourself in a month. And I know it seems unrealistic, but a Ruby chart has 1,750 VV in volume on it. That's it. You can do that with loyal customers, but you can't do that by signing 1 or 2, right? You got to get serious about it. And that's why we have this new group. I'm going to have you guys doing tasks every day. If you're serious about it, you will get those loyal customers signed. Okay? I want to see a lot of you go Ruby this month because Ruby is where it all starts. When you get yourself to Ruby, 1, your confidence goes up. You learn how to get other people to Ruby, and you see that next goal ahead of you is Emerald, and that's where it really gets exciting, guys, because Emerald starts getting a comma in your paycheck, right? So I want to see a ton of you guys get to Ruby this month. I hope you guys are as excited as I am, because I am so excited for October. Then I have this little step. What can we do to reach those goals? So how many parties are you going to host? And this is something, guys, honestly, I think Morelli is the only one who did any in-person parties last month, including me, okay? Including me. I didn't do any either. But when I first started this business, guys, I did in-person parties all the time. All the time. And in Nashville, they talked a lot about the power of proximity, how important it is to be face-to-face with people instead of just online. And that it's so easy to hide behind our phones and hide behind the computers and forget that there's a whole world out there full of people that are waiting for you to interact with them, right? So hosting these parties or one-on-ones is a really big deal, and I want you guys to put a huge focus on that this month, okay? And it can just be inviting a friend over for a play date with your kids and wrapping her while she's there. It can be that simple. It can be going and having coffee with a friend and giving her a sample of greens. Okay, it can be one-on-ones. Don't think of the word party as like overwhelming and intimidating. It does not have to be that way. Okay, a party can be one person, two people, whatever. I want all of you guys to make yourself a goal that is uncomfortable for you in that box. How many parties are you going to host this month? Okay, and when I say parties, I don't mean online parties. There's a spot for that too. Okay? And Megan, I'm seeing you're saying you're having a hard time finding people to host them for you. And I get that, me too. Host one yourself. That's what I'm going to do. This week, I'm going to host one myself. And it's something that I'm uncomfortable doing. I haven't done it in a really long time. And I'm worried that people are going to tell me no, because that's what always happened before. And that's just part of it, unfortunately. But you've just got to say, I'm going to set a date. I'm going to invite people, and I'm going to hope that they come. And get over my construction zone house. Yeah. And you don't have to do it at home. You can go to Starbucks. That was something, Kate, what did they call it? Or Cindy, what did they call it? The Starbucks.
Shakes and Starbucks.
Shakes and Starbucks, yeah.
Or Wine and Wow was another one.
Wine and Wow, yeah. Different party ideas, different samples, things like that. It doesn't have to be, a wrap party. You don't have to call it a wrap party. But they really stressed, and they stressed a lot, the person who wraps the most wins. Okay? Whoever puts the wrap on the most people is the one that's going to win, because those people are going to see results, and they're going to order, or they're going to sign up as a distributor. So keep that in mind. Whoever wraps the most wins. Okay? Yeah, that's a great idea, Marily, to reach out to. She said she's reaching out to her 5 best LCs to ask them if they're willing to host a wrap party. And another thing with that is, if they're not willing to host one, ask if they'll come to one at your house and bring a friend, and see if they'll do that even. But I have not hosted a wrap party in way too long. So I actually, on my game plan, my plan is to host 2 in-person parties a week. And that's a big goal for me, but it's something I used to do all the time. Haven't done it in a long time. So it's going to start with me, though. I'm going to host a party at my house first this week. And then from there, try to book more parties while you're at the party. You know what I mean? Try to get more people to host parties while you're at the party. So if you've never hosted an in-person party before, maybe make your goal to host 2 parties this month. 2 in the whole month. That's not bad, right? It doesn't take much of your time. Step outside of your comfort zone. I promise you won't be discouraged by it. And like I said, invite a friend to bring their kid over to play with your kid. Have a play date, and while they're there, tell them about the products, or whatever. Just make it a one-on-one consult. That's okay too. As long as you're getting in front of people. That's all I'm asking. And that's going to really change your business. And it's also going to change your confidence level too, because when you see them enjoying the products, it makes you more confident in the products too. I watched a video and actually shared it in Greens Queens. I urge all of you to watch it. It's pretty short. And it was Eric Worre, and he was talking about, how much money you make an hour. If you want to make $1 million a year, you have to make about $500 an hour during your work time. I don't know how many of you guys watch this, but he was saying, they asked him, challenged him, do you have a task that you can do in your work that would make you $500 a month? And we do, guys. We do. Wrap parties. Okay? Wrap parties can make you $500 an hour. And it seems crazy, but if you get a group, okay, of say 10 people, and they all spend $50, $500 in an hour. Okay, so it's possible for us to make $500 an hour in this business. If you know that you could make $500 an hour, why would you not spend your time doing just that? Right? So I'm not talking about online parties. Those are great too, but challenge yourself to step outside of your comfort zone. This is not something that our team does often. Challenge yourself to step outside of that comfort zone and do an in-person party this month. Okay, I promise you, they're actually really fun. You don't stand in front of the room. You just sit down in the living room with everybody on the floor and talk about the party pad, and it's really not scary. Okay, you can do it at Starbucks, you can do it at the bookstore, you can do it at the kids' play place down the road, whatever. But try to do that. Step outside of that comfort zone. So that's parties. And then how many online parties will you host each month? For me, I put 4. I'm going to go back to doing at least 1 a week for the team-wide. And I'm going to do my live parties. And, I was kind of letting that slip away for me because I saw that Dennis was doing them and Chelsea was doing them and Denise was doing them, and I stopped doing them myself because there are these other ones. But on my goal sheet this month is that I'm going to hold myself accountable to do that for you guys. I do my parties differently, right? I do live parties, and it's different from theirs. So I'm going to do 1 each week. So I put 4 online parties on mine. So keep that in mind. You can make your goal to host your own online parties, and get your own host, like get friends to host for you. You can make your goal to attend and invite people to all 4 that I do. Or you can make your goal to attend all of them, that Chelsea and everybody does, if you want to do that. So your goals are your own, but just make goals that you're able to hold yourself accountable for. How many messages will you send out each day? This is another one that a lot of us are guilty of, right? Truthfully, and you can put this in the chat, truthfully, do you send messages every day? Nope. A whole lot of nope. Nope. Yes, I know. I don't either. And this is big. No. What do you say in the messages? So these messages are going to be different things. We should be sending out messages every single day. And I'm going to tell you why here in a second, but I just want you to know that every single one of you that just popped up there, every single chat that popped up said no. Every single one said no. So here's the deal with that. We'll go over what to say in just a second, Jenny, but the deal with that, and I typed it on here too, you can remind yourself of it. The law of 20%, everything you do, you're going to get 20% in return. So if you were to message 2 people a day, thank you, this is my game plan football shirt. But if you message 2 people a day, 60 people a month, 20% of those people respond to you, that's 12 people. And let's say 20% of those 12 people are ready to sign up in the next 30 to 60 days, that's only 3 people. So that is absolutely not enough people, right? You can't sustain your business on that. And then let's say you send 10 messages per day, not per week. Morelli. Let's say you send 10 messages per day. That's 300 a month. 20% of those people will respond to you. That's 60 responses. And out of those 60 responses, 20% will be ready to enroll in the next 30 to 60 days. That's 12 people in the next 30 to 60 days. So when you think about it like that, how many messages do you need to send per day in order to sign the amount of loyal customers that you're wanting to sign this month? So these messages, you're asking kind of what to send. They're not all going to be just like blatant messages about signing up for products, right? Because we don't have that many people to message like that. These messages can be a lot of different things. They can be sending out invitations to parties. They can be just, hey, how are you doing? Oh my gosh, I can't believe so-and-so kiddo has grown so much. They can be congratulations on your recent marriage or graduation or having a baby or whatever it may be. They can be building relationships too, okay? But keep them on a list. That's your hundreds list. Keep them on a list because you need to be continuously building that relationship and following up. Ask leading questions. Don't waste your time on conversations forever and ever because you're too scared to bring up the business. You want to build the relationship first, right? That's what we always say. You don't want to just jump straight into a cold message about the company, but you also don't want to waste your time forever having this conversation with them and never being brave enough to bring it up. So ask leading questions. What I mean by this is, so what are you doing these days? What do you do for a living? Or if you already know, how is work going? You know, what kind of things do you do at work? And they're going to ask you, what do you do? Right? Or, you know, you can say something like, so are you staying home with the babies? Oh, that's awesome. I stay home with my kids too. I'm so glad now that I have this extra income. You know what I mean? Something like that. And don't even talk about the business, just keep it conversational. And they're going to ask you questions. But it's your job to lead the conversation where you want it to go, right? So you're building a relationship, but you're also kind of steering it where you want it to be. And there's a lot of different ways to bring that up, okay? You can say something like, let's say you're talking to them about a fitness, like maybe they just started going to the gym and you're complimenting them on their results, how well they're doing in the gym. And then you can say, oh my gosh, I just started this new diet myself, blah, 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 blah. And I'm super excited because we have this coffee coming out to support it. Have you seen it? You know what I mean? Something like that. It's conversational. It's not too forward. And it's going to be more friendly in building relationships. And so when you have your list of people where you're continuously following up with those people, they're going to start seeing your posts more often. Okay. And they're probably going to ask you about it at some point. Okay. So that's what I mean by messaging. So when you send out those messages, that's how you want to start it. But keep a list to continuously be following up with them. Let's see. Asher needs to go pee. Let's see. Somebody else, y'all talk about a win for the day, and I'm going to.
You're muted, Michelle.
Hey, Michelle, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Did you say because I'm trying to hear y'all over my kids, but did you say someone talk about a win for the day?
Yeah, because I got to take Asher to go pee.
Okay. I can't really come off a video because I'm putting my kids to bed and doing reading, and just took my daughter in for her bed, so the husband has the little one, so I can kind of talk for a second. But today I know I've been saying this for the past 2 weeks. Almost every other day I've been saying this, but y'all, I've been in the business now for almost a year. I was talking to Michelle and Catherine and Kate today about it. My year is going to be on the 18th of this month. And y'all, you go through droughts and you go through periods where you sign a lot of people, and it just kind of goes back and forth like that. And I haven't really been on a drought in a while, but every once in a while I'll sign a little customer, like every month or something like that. Like not what you really want. Wait, Addie, hold on. Yes, ma'am. I'll do that. Yes. Sorry. and we saw Addison. Sorry, guys. But my win for the day is that I talked to 4 people total between last night and the meeting today. I talked to 4 people total who have been talking to me since business day 1. And then 2 or 3 days ago, I talked to 2 different people, all, 4, and then 2 the other day. All 6 of those people are people who have not liked any of my posts, who have not followed me on Facebook, but they've been friends with me since I started the business, and they're all interested in either greens or the keto coffee or the shake, or they're wanting to do the fat fighters. I just posted something tonight about it. So y'all continue to follow through, continue to post, be consistent, because it really does pay off. I just signed someone the other day as a loyal customer, and it just keeps coming through. These are the same people that have been watching my journey this whole time. So for me, that's a win, because you go up and down, you get kind of down in the business, you think about, should I continue posting? Should I continue doing this? do it because it does pay off. Every business has its high and low points, and this is a different type of business. This is not a storefront, so your high points and low points are going to look way different than if you were running a store. But you can ask those people if someone sat down with you and explained their numbers and how their business works, it would make sense that, there's high and low points. But keep being consistent because it does pay off, I promise you. That and the excitement. If you put excitement into your post, and then like Michelle said, create a relationship with these people, they do want to buy the product from you. It's just all about the right time. Addie, please. I'm going to go on mute because we're fussing over here.
Thanks, Morgan. Asher was like screaming, I need to go baby from his bed. So, anyway, so that's the messages. I have how many messages are you going to send out a day? So if you think about that rule, that law of 20%, and how many loyals or how many distributors you might sign based on how many messages you send out, you're going to have to make your own decision based on how many loyals you're wanting to sign. Okay. But decide how many messages you want to send out. And then the very next line says how many follow-ups will you do each day, because that's a different thing. I don't want you guys to link your follow-ups in with your messages. I want that to be a separate thing. So like for me, I plan on sending 25 messages and 25 follow-ups every day. That's a lot, right? But this is my full-time job. This is what I do all the time. This is it. This is all I do. So that's my goal, because I want to do some serious enrollment, right? So that's 50 messages a day between messages and follow-ups that I plan on doing. You have to make your own goal based on what your goals are and how many loyals you want to sign, how many distributors you want to sign, and figure out what number is your magic number, okay? The next one is how many friend requests will you send out each day? I said 50. 50. I told you, Nashville fired me up, man. I'm ready to go. Okay, so how many friend requests will you send out each day? Now, friend requests are another thing I got really bad about not doing. How about you guys? But I watched a video about how to go to your friends list. The formula of how they tell us to do this does not work for me. Can you unmute yourself and explain? I don't. Here, I'll unmute you. Go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. The way that I have known the different things that I've seen on how they say to do that was that you go through, look at your friends list, see who you have mutual friends with, like at least one that you're not friends with already, if that makes sense. So like if you weren't in It Works and I saw you had a friend and you and me are mutual, so I friend request her. But the problem is that going through all of this, when I've done that, like literally almost everybody that I've come across, at least one person on our team is already mutual friends with, or somewhere along the line somebody else in It Works is, and that's not what we're supposed to be doing.
Right. So what I do, and it's something I just started doing because I just learned this, is I go to your Facebook, like click on your profile, and then from your profile, click on friends. And then up there, it has like an option to find friends. And this can only be done on a desktop or desktop version of Facebook. You can do that from your phone, but you have to go to desktop version. And you can actually type in like a current city. So you can, like it's saying find friends, you can type in, say, Dallas, Texas. And it'll bring up people in Dallas, Texas. It'll say, you have one mutual friend, so you can click on that one mutual friend, make sure it's not somebody on our team, and then add them. So I'm doing that to add people from different places other than in our area. You're going to go to your Facebook, go to your profile, and then click on friends, and then click on find friends. And then over to the right-hand side, there will be an option where you can type in a hometown, a current city. You can type in a school. You can do countries. For those of you who don't know, we just opened in Morocco this week. So yeah, you can do that, and that's a way to kind of get people from different areas. So I've been typing in just like big cities, that I don't have anybody in, and adding people from there. Now, Facebook, if you start adding people that, now I don't know. I thought it was Morocco. I'll have to double check that, Morelli. I thought so, but now I don't know. Maybe Monaco. Okay, I didn't even know Monaco was a thing. Where is that? Me and geography, not friends. But anyways, so yeah, so I've just been adding people, but Facebook will stop you if you're adding people that you don't have any mutual friends with. It'll say, do you really know this person? You have to hit confirm, and you can get away with it for like 2 more, and then it's like, you're done. And it won't let you send any more for the day. So you do have to be careful with that. But it does show you the ones that you have mutual friends with first. So you can try to add people that you have mutual friends with first, and maybe just add a couple that you don't have any friends with. But the catch with that is once they approve your friend request, first of all, you're going to see that. You can put it on one, you can click on recently added. When you go to your friends list, there's a recently added option. And also it'll pop up in your notifications. And when you see that they've accepted your friend request, you need to write them down on your 100th list immediately, because you need to be building a relationship with that. And then the other thing is, at least once a week, go to your pending friend requests and delete all of the ones that you have sent out that have not accepted your friend request, because that messes with your Facebook algorithm. Not as many people see your post if you have a ton of pending friend requests sitting there. So at least once a week, go through and delete all of your pending requests. So I have how many Zooms will you attend? That's another thing that you do yourself. As far as how much do you need to fill your cup up? If you know that you're the type of person that you need to be held accountable by showing up to something, then by all means, go to every Zoom available to you. Okay, there's tons. You could literally find a Zoom to be on every night of the week if you wanted to, right? Dennis has them all the time. Denise has them. Chelsea has them. I have them. Lord knows there's so many, I can't even keep track anymore. However, me personally, I have decided for myself that Zooms are not an income producing activity. Okay, being on a Zoom, listening to training videos, it's wonderful, but only if you do it within a certain, you don't want to be doing that all the time, because you're not working your business if you're constantly on a Zoom, right? So me personally, I changed mine on Greens Queens. I have one the first day of every month, the 25th of every month, end the month strong with volume boosting tips. And then every Monday is going to be a training Zoom, but past that, I don't have any more scheduled for you guys. That's it. If you want to find Zooms outside of my team, by all means, go for it. I will be doing power hours, but power hours are different. Power hours are income producing, because when you hop on a power hour, we're doing activities to help you build your business, okay? But as far as training Zooms are concerned, be careful that you're not falling into this habit of getting on so many Zooms that you're not working your business because you're constantly on Zooms during the time you should be working, right? And that was another big thing that I learned recently. Zooms are great, but they're taking away time from your business. So don't do them all the time. Limit yourself to, whenever you sit down and you watch a training video on YouTube, that's fantastic. I want you guys to do that. But watch one and then stop. Don't sit there for hours and watch training videos, because that's not making you any money, right? It's just not. Same thing, how many power hours will you do? I'm going to post the power hours, just like little graphics with just like 5 things you can do to fill an hour. And you guys can just do those whenever you have time on top of the ones that I'll try to host on Zoom. Just if you need help figuring out things to do, it'll have like 5 income producing activities you can spend an hour doing, or 30 minutes, whatever it may be. So you can make that for yourself too. A power hour can also be just turning off your notifications on your phone for an hour and focusing on doing what you got to do. Because it can be really distracting when you constantly have messages popping up and notifications from Facebook popping up and emails. And even when your potentials are messaging you back, if you stop sending out your messages to respond to somebody, you're totally throwing off what you're doing. Because instead of taking that time and sending out your 20 messages, you sent out 3 messages and now you're stopping and having a conversation. So then you're going to get distracted. You may not ever send those other 17 messages, right? So focus your time, use it wisely, send out all 20 of those messages, and then go back and respond. Okay, does that make sense? Because if not, it's really easy to get distracted. So you can turn off your notifications if you don't have the self-discipline to ignore them, because I'm kind of like that. And spend that hour truthfully working 100% and being focused on what you're doing. And then how many minutes a day will you spend engaging? That's going to be commenting and liking people's posts on Facebook. You guys know about that. That's what on the 6 list, number 1 that I wrote down, it says Facebook and Instagram friends hellos, or when somebody adds you on Facebook, you're going to send them a message or post on their wall, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to meet you, like that. Hugs and high fives are going to be commenting and liking people's posts. And whenever you're commenting on people's stuff, it does not anything to do with it works. Okay, it's just, oh my God, I love your hair. Where did you get it done? Or things like that. Your dress is so cute. Is that from a boutique online? Can I order it? Always end things in a question. Keep the engagement going. Have them build a conversation with you, and then take it to a message. And then see first is going to be, there's an option on Facebook where whenever you follow somebody, you can move it to see first. If you have somebody that's like a dream team, like you want them really bad on your team, then you want to give them extra love, right? You're going to click see first on their page so that every time you open your Facebook, everything they've posted is the first thing you see on your newsfeed. That way you don't miss the things they're posting. You can constantly be connecting with them and trying to get noticed all the time. And then the last thing on here is how many minutes of personal development will you do per day? And this is important and it's often missed. Personal development is huge. And I put it off for a long time because I was like, whatever, like, I don't need that stuff. And now I'm so obsessed with personal development books, y'all. Like, it's bad. Like, I have so many. Y'all can see these right here, but this isn't even like touching it. Like, I also have Audible, and I have like probably 15 on Audible. I bought a new one today. It's bad. They're so good, and they really build your confidence. But it doesn't have to be a book. You can watch a YouTube video. You can listen to a podcast or a TED Talk. There's so many different ways to do personal development. But make sure that you're spending at least 10 to 20 minutes a day really just working on you, because a huge part of this business is building you as a person and teaching you how to be a leader, and you growing in your spirituality or growing in your self-confidence. And like I will tell you that I am not even kind of the same person that I was when I signed up a year ago. Not even a little bit, okay? When I used to get on these Zooms, guys, I hid myself behind one of these pictures, like where I didn't show my face. I stayed on mute the whole time and hid my face. I did not talk. I did not show my face. I was scared to death. I couldn't do Facebook Lives. I would have never dreamed in a million years that anybody would look to me as a leader of any sort, okay? Like, not even a little. And I was scared of it, right? Because it is scary. But you have to build yourself as much as you're building your business, because each rank requires a different you. Each rank requires that you grow into a new person and step into new shoes. And until you're ready to step into those shoes, your business isn't going to grow either, because it takes you taking that next step up. So personal development is just as important as sending messages out to your potentials and all of this, because we keep saying you have to step outside of your comfort zone, but it's not just in messaging people or reaching out to potentials or making sales. It's also in your leadership skills. Because every single one of you, the second you sign your first distributor, you're in a leadership position, right? People look up to you. And the second you earn a rank, even more people look up to you. And even if it's executive or Ruby, there's people that are just signing up that want to be in your shoes, and they look up to you too, okay? So personal development is really big, because eventually you guys are every single one of you, going to be up on that stage at conference in front of thousands of people. And that's a scary, scary thought for a lot of you. So make sure that you're growing in yourself too, and filling your own cup every day to make this feel worthwhile. Oops, this one. Exciting and motivating. Yeah. I know, it is scary, and like even the first time he dragged me up on stage at the One Team One Mission, I was like ready to pee my pants. It's scary. It really is. But when you do it, you're so proud of yourself. Like, it's crazy. And even at green carpet, we walked across the stage and like got this sign, and we had to like hold the sign and like, walk across the stage. You didn't have to say anything. Like, there was not even stopping. Nobody said your name. And it was so scary walking across that stage and like not even saying a word. I can't even imagine sitting up there and like telling tips. Like, it's super scary. But it's really rewarding too. Yeah, super shy. I was super shy and reserved when you knew me before. Yeah. And I still am, honestly, but I've grown a lot. And that's what I'm saying is each level that you get to, each rank that you advance to, it requires a new version of yourself. So your personal development is so big. So if you can't afford to go buy a book, okay, on YouTube and watch a Tony Robbins video, or on Netflix, Tony Robbins has a documentary, I Am Not Your Guru. Watch that. Watch The Secret on Netflix. Go on TED Talks. They're free. Listen to a podcast. There's so many things you can do. There's no excuses to not do personal development. It's like my favorite part of the day. I could sit there and just read half a book at a time, but you can't do that because that's not an income-producing activity. But anyway, that is my game plan for the month, and that is how I want you guys to plan your game plan for the month. But does anybody have anything that they want to throw out there? Any questions? Anybody want to just go ahead and throw their goals out there wide in the open so we can hold you accountable? Really? Hold on. Okay, you're unmuted.
Yes, everybody needs to hold me accountable. I want to be diamond by Christmas so I can be diamond at conference and I can rock that damn stage. That's the goal. I feel like diamond is a very respectable promotion. Like once you hit diamond, you get all these extra bonuses, you get all these extra perks. Oh, that's two. He got many goals.
Yeah, diamond is huge, girl. When you go diamond, it's like game on. I'm telling you, when you go diamond, it's like a whole different ball game. And I'm really excited for you. I know you can do it. Megan, you asked about the accountability partner. That's going to be something I'm going to make a post on. Thank you for reminding me because I did want to mention it. I'm going to make a post on Greens Queens, and I'm going to basically say for you to comment something. It could even be a GIF. I don't know yet. Something. I'm going to have you guys comment something, and whoever replies to your comment is going to be your accountability partner for this month. And I want it to be somebody that is not on your team directly. I want it to be somebody on your sideline. Okay, like Kate and Mary, or Shelby and Megan, or somebody that's not directly on your family tree, okay? Because those are people that you talk to and build all the time, right? I want you guys to, again, we're going to step out of our comfort zone, get to know everybody on the team. But I'm going to post something, and basically you'll comment, and whoever replies to your comment, that's going to be your accountability partner. Now, what you want to do as far as accountability partners is tell each other your goals, what you're wanting to do for the month, and message that person at least once a day. And it doesn't have to be a long, drawn-out conversation, okay? But just message them and say, "Hey, I did what I said I was going to do," or "Today, I did not do what I said I was going to do. Today, I said I was going to send 25 messages, and I only sent 3." Okay? But I want you guys to really use that accountability partner to hold yourselves accountable, because when you have to tell somebody that you didn't do what you said you were going to do, it sucks, right? It sucks. And it feels good to say, "I finished my to-do list today," right? So I'll make that post tonight, but make sure that you're messaging each other once a week. And, from there, it's up to you guys how much you want to connect. I have a accountability partner myself that's from a Double Diamond page, and we are doing, we're going to message each other every day, but we're going to do a Zoom together, just the 2 of us, once a week, to kind of fill each other in. So you guys can decide how much you want to connect, if you want to chat by phone, if you're local, if you want to get together, however it may be. That's up to you guys, but try to at least talk once a day by messenger, and it can be, like I said, short, sweet, to the point. Take 5 seconds to say, "Today I did what I said I was going to do. Today I met my goal for the day," whatever it may be. Or you can tell them your wins or your losses, whatever. Okay. So I think that'll be really good for you guys. I think it'll be fun to kind of connect a little bit more. But anyway, I will let you guys go unless anybody else has another question. Any more? No? No more? Okay. All right. Well, then I will log off of here. I recorded this, so not a whole lot of people signed on tonight. So try to get your teams to watch it and make sure they get the game plan that I emailed them. I think maybe that'll help kind of make a plan for how to go about your day every day and what to do, hopefully. And we do have a training Zoom tomorrow that Morelli is going to be on, talking about going live. Every Monday night, I'm going to pick a different leader from our team to go over a topic that they want to talk about. So every Monday night, 8 o'clock Central, is our team training Zoom, and those are just like a quick, more like 30-minute type thing. The first of every month, like I said, will be the game plan Zoom. The 25th of every month is going to be a volume boosting. All the auto ships will have run by then, and you'll know where you stand, where you have 5 or 6 days left in the month. See what you got to do in that last 5 or 6 days. All right. So I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.